but instead don't worry me, 'cause I'm feeling for her, what she's feeling for me. I can try to pretend, I can try to forget, but the throwing remains going out of my all the things you said, all the things you said, running through my head, running through my head, running through my head. All the things you said, all the things you said, running through my head, running through my head. All the things you said, all the things, all the things, not looking at me, tell me, what do you see? Yes, I lost my mind.
I'm breathing good air through good lungs with a good heart beating, and the problem ain't a problem unless you keep on feeding it. 'Cause it's hungry like a tiger, we got the tiger by the soul. Unless you hunger for its mama, we ain't gonna let that tiger go. Oh Lord, I'm breathing good air in a warm home. It feels holy watching the snow and the flat lines and our true loves are the two sure things we know. We feel lucky like a penny that some penny pinchers say. We could get dropped in the gutter and still make somebody say, hey, hey. We've got those lungs that breathe inside. Please just give me the truth and the one place to lie, and unflinching I'll give you the best years of my life. While the lungs make the melody, it's the cocktail kits in my chest cavity that makes a simple beat that you can tap along in time. You can tap along in time. I'm breathing good air in a warm bottle in midnight train for me, and the good lungs and the good hearts all keep breathing and beating. They're beating 2, 4, 6, 8 as they count up their blessings and the things they appreciate. They're beaten to 4, 6, 8 as I count all the ways I love you.
Good morning. Thank you to Song Squad for that beautiful ballad. It's one of my favorites. So, welcome to First Parish in Needham, a Unitarian Universalist congregation of humanists, theists, atheists, agnostics, seekers, and interfaith families. My name is Sherry Sklarwitz, and I use she, her pronouns, and my family has been a part of First Parish for about 11 years. As a queer family in Needham, we have found First Parish to be the most welcoming place in town, and we have so appreciated having a place that shares our values. You can learn more about all that's happening in First Parish by going to our website, uuneedham.org, and signing up for a weekly email newsletter, or by following us on social media. Our order of service is online too, at the QR code in your pews and at the website, uuneedham.updates.church. Please speak with our ushers, greeters, and Zoom hosts if you have questions or accessibility needs. At First Parish, we covenant to live out our shared values of the inherent worth and dignity of every person, respecting the earth and co-creating beloved community. Whoever you are, whoever you love, whatever your background or identity, whatever your age or stage, whether you walked or rolled in, wherever you're participating from, you're welcome here. I also want to share that this coming Saturday, 6/13, First Parish and the Congregational Church are hosting a Needham Has Pride event from 3 to 5. This has been a great time, with a rally starting here at First Parish, a march to the Congregational Church down the street, and then a fun party. Our whole family has had a lot of fun at this, and I hope to see many of you there. Welcome again to everyone here in the building and online, and we're so glad you're here.
Happy Pride, everybody. As we light our chalice, symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith, and a colorful candle in honor of Pride Month, and First Parish's 30th year, if you can believe that, 30th year as an LGBTQ welcoming congregation. We read words from genderqueer Euro-American UU minister, Reverend Bran Lennox. We have chosen to bring ourselves here to this sanctuary in body and in spirit to gather as a community of faith. We join together in solidarity as a covenanted people who are drawn together by the promise of connection and the mysterious pull of the unanswerable. We draw on experiences of love and wonder to lift our hearts and move us beyond the mundane. As seekers, wanderers, appreciators of nature, connoisseurs of curiosity, and creators of connection, our paths have converged today so that we might become present to the spirit that is worship. So, yes, let us worship together.
Thank you again to Song Squad. In the Unitarian Universalist tradition, the covenant is a set of promises the membership of a congregation strives to honor with one another and out in the world. Whether we participate in the community online or in the building, we strive to live out these promises every day. Please say along with me the words of our parish covenant as in your orders of service and on screen. We gather as a loving community to encourage and comfort one another. We gather as a diverse community to support each other in our search for spiritual truth. We gather as a service community to live our beliefs through action and care for our world.
Our opening hymn, When Our Heart is in a Holy Place, was written by Euro-Canadian UU singer-songwriter Joyce Poley. From home and from here in the building, please rise in body or in spirit and join in singing When Our Heart is in a Holy Place. The lyrics are in your orders of service on screen and at number 1008 in your teal hymnals.
Wondering is a central part of what it means to be Unitarian Universalist. At the core of our faith tradition lies our dedication to supporting a free and responsible search for truth and meaning through community. We come here to search together in community. We come here to ask questions about ourselves, each other, and the mysteries of life. Sometimes the questions we ask have answers, and other times they go unanswered. Today, we get to wonder about what's inside my wonder box. Do we have some wonderings? Yes, right in front. Glitter. I like that. Somebody noticing my sparkly self today. Yeah. Something with a rainbow on it. Like, they know how I think. Yeah. And then something small. I like that. Yeah.
Rainbow glitter.
Rainbow glitter. Way in the back. Love. Fantastic. Yeah. That is a very good guess. All right, one more. Hopefully not glitter. Okay. Got some dueling wonderings. All right. All right. Who would like to open the Wonder Box? Who hasn't opened it recently? Have I even done this recently? I don't know. I saw it way in the back. Anyone who wants to can come up and open the Wonder Box. We're all inclusive here. Sophia, come on. Wait for everybody. Wait for everybody.
Wait.
Okay. Organized chaos.
3, 2, 1. Everyone with me.
Crayons.
It's something rainbow.
It is something rainbow. No glitter. No glitter. But it's crayons, and one particular crayon on the outside that I've got a little story about. Thank you. Put it right back. A blue crayon, that's right. All right, our story today is Red, a Crayon Story by Michael Hall and adapted by Aaron Powers and slightly more adapted by me. It's a long story. I had to abbreviate it. There was once a crayon who was red, but he wasn't very good at it. He drew a fire engine, but it came out blue. His teacher thought he needed more practice. She showed him how to draw strawberries, but they came out blue. His mother thought he needed to mix with other colors. So he and Yellow tried to draw an orange together. But when Red tried to make orange with yellow, it came out green. His grandparents thought maybe he wasn't warm enough, and they gave him a red scarf. That didn't really help either. Everyone seemed to have something to say about Red. Sometimes I wonder if he's really red at all. Oh, don't be silly. It says red on the label. He came that way from the factory. Give him time, he'll catch on. But he didn't catch on. All the art supplies wanted to help. The masking tape thought he was broken inside. The scissors thought his label was on too tight. The pencil sharpener thought he wasn't sharp enough. But even with all their help and all his hard work, he just couldn't get the hang of it. One day, he met a new friend. His friend asked, "Will you make a blue ocean for my boat?" "I can't. I'm red." His friend asked him to please try. And he did try. And he drew a perfect blue ocean. It was so easy. He didn't stop there. He drew a blue bird, blueberries, and a blue whale. He was blue, and everyone was talking about it. And he didn't stop there. He drew more blueberries, another blue bird, blue jeans, and a big blue whale. "I'm blue," he said. "My son is brilliant," said his father. "Who could have known he was blue? I always said he was blue. It was obvious." Blue was the happiest of all. He was finally accepted and known for who he really was, a bright blue crayon. And so as our youngest follow me and their teachers to the religious education programmings, please join in singing Longtime Son.
May the long time sunshine
This is the time during our worship service when we share the joys and sorrows that are very close to our hearts and to our lives. As you may remember, the worship committee has been offering different experiments about how we share our joys and sorrows on Sunday mornings, and in this current one, you find out in your bell notes, email, newsletter, whether a Sunday will have spoken candles, and all are welcome to submit a joy or sorrow to me if you're in the building by writing a candles card here or by emailing me ahead of time at candles@uuneedham.org. At any time as well here in the building, all are welcome to write a silent joy or sorrow in our book of life. And so if you are here in the building, you are welcome to come forward now to the microphone, share your name, pronouns, and your joy or sorrow as I light a candle for you here. Please now come forward.
My name is Lily. I don't do pronounce, so on Wednesday this week, I'm going to be having a medical test, just a routine medical test. I've never had it before. And a week later, I'll be going up to Maine.
Good morning. My name is Carol Alper. She, her are my pronouns. And I'm lighting this for my sister Patty. I thought I could do it without crying, but I can't. Those flowers that I can't see. She died unexpectedly in March, and we miss her. But now, her daughter and I agree. If you look, I keep walking away because I can't see it. The butterflies are because she now flies with the butterflies.
Hi, I'm Andrea Grealish. My pronouns are she, hers. I light first candle of sorrow and concern for my neighbor whose father passed away this past week, so I keep Julie in my heart. Second candle is for joy. My kids don't live near me, but on Friday and Saturday I went down to Southern Connecticut and spent time with Allie, my oldest, and tomorrow I leave for Switzerland to visit Katie, my youngest.
I light a candle of concern and hope for healing from our member Rebecca Keller-Scholl. Rebecca's mother, Judy, fell about 2 feet off of a deck onto a stone patio last Sunday afternoon. And luckily, her neighbor was there and called 911 because Judy had broken her neck. She was transferred by the Coast Guard helicopter to Mass General and had spinal surgery to stabilize her cervical spine at about 1:30 in the morning on Monday. Her surgery seems to have been successful, and the medical team is optimistic that Judy will be able to walk again, but it will be a very long recovery. And so Rebecca and I ask that you keep her and her mother Judy and their extended family in your hearts and prayers after this terrible accident. And I share these hopes and prayers for our world. I light a candle of sorrow on behalf of the congregation as both the Ukrainian and Russian people continue to suffer from the Russian government's ongoing assault on Ukrainian sovereignty and the resulting military actions in both nations. We pray for peace and for self-determination for all peoples. And I also light a candle of concern on behalf of the congregation that the U.S. Department of Defense has removed Unitarian Universalism, along with 179 other faiths and atheologies, from the military's list of possible religious affiliations. Our hearts are with chaplains and service members whose spiritual identities have been literally erased and othered by this administratively unnecessary change. We pray that pluralism and respect for the separation of church and state will prevail in our nation. Thank you all so much for sharing your joys, sorrows, and cares for the world, for all the joys and sorrows that remain silent in our hearts, and for the prayers of our neighbors near and far. We light one final silent candle. May the peace of this sanctuary be felt too wherever you are participating from, as we remember that even though we worship in different times and places, we are still deeply connected. I invite you to please join me in the spirit of prayer to receive this blessing from Queer Euro-American UU Minister Reverend Wendy Bartel. Please join together in prayer and breathing deeply in and out. Your heart, broken 1,000 times by the confinement of other people's imaginations, trying to box you in, ascribe limits, tell you the rules, how you should be. I tell you, your life is a blessing simply for being. Your gifts of turning the impossible into beauty, offensive epithets into grace, judgment into freedom, just by your breathing, just by you living as you do. Fabulous and fierce, tender and tenacious, humble, tired. I tell you, you are blessed and a blessing here and now. Though some have not learned to behold you, that does not mean you need to shrink for their comfort, nor be less than you are. It is they who need to grow, to learn how to feel their fear and risk living wildly enough to grasp the blessing that you truly are. In the quiet moments of doubt, for the times when you are afraid, when the world is too much or too little, if your queer heart, your gender fabulous spirit, your non-conforming instincts, your true authentic self has been broken yet again, remember there is a love that is holding you and always will. Be the blessing you are called to be. Blessed be and amen. Our meditative response, Open My Heart, was composed by genderqueer New Yorkian singer-songwriter and activist and theomusicologist Ana Hernandez, and was published in the new virtual UU hymnal, Sing Out Love. Please remain seated and join in singing Open My Heart in whatever language is of your heart. This congregation has been supported by the volunteered time and treasure of its members and friends since its founding in 1711. This is the time in our service when we, the modern stewards of the church, offer what we can to build and sustain the congregation and the world we envision. For the month of June, we'll be sharing our collection 50/50 with Out Metro West. Out Metro West is a local organization that supports LGBTQ youth in the Boston Metro West region. Out Metro West provides education and fellowship through many small group programs from elementary up through young adults. And Out Metro West hosts workshops for the wider community and drop-in hours for LGBTQ young people at its Framingham office. First Parish has had many collaborations with Out Metro West, including financial and programmatic support during Pride Month. This year's Needham Has Pride event is next Saturday, June 13th, starting at 3 p.m. here with a rally on the First Parish front lawn, then a march down the sidewalk, through Great Plain Ave, over to the Congregational Church for a party and a drag queen story hour. And like Sherry said, I do hope to see many of you there. To donate to today's offering, you can use one of 3 different methods as described in detail in your orders of service. Using text to give, donating through our website, uuneedham.org, or dropping a check or cash in the collection plate, or mailing a check to First Parish. Whichever way you donate, please remember to specify whether it's meant for the collection today or for your annual pledge. And if this is one of your first visits to First Parish, we encourage you to fill out a yellow card in your pew back to drop in the collection plate, or to fill out our online visitors form at uuneedham.updates.church so we know how to get in touch. And many thanks again to Carol Alper for our beautiful flowers this morning, honoring the memory of her beloved sister Patty, who now flies with the butterflies. And thank you all for everything you are able to give to help support and sustain this congregation and the vital work of our community partners. May the ushers now please come forward. Our reading this morning is a reflection from gay Indian American UU minister, Reverend Manish Mishra Marzetti. It begins with a quote from Euro-American Christian author and disability activist Amy Julia Becker. saying love is stronger than fear, but only if we participate in love. Reverend Manish writes, "Spring break. I'm with my family in Orlando, and my child needs to go to urgent care. As an Asian American in a gay marriage with adopted kids who are Black, I had booked this Florida vacation in the good old days of our former president. Everything is different now. I arm my white cis male husband, Jeff, with our travel file, the folder with copies of our marriage certificate, the court orders declaring my husband and me the legal parents of our children, and more, and make an appointment for him at the closest urgent care. This is often our family's safety plan. The white guy in the family takes the lead. As Jeff and our child register at Advent Care, the receptionist inquires what Jeff's relationship to our child is. He explains. When meeting with the doctor, Jeff offers with carefully chosen language that his spouse had a bronchial infection, and now our kiddo does too. How long was your wife sick? What was she prescribed? Jeff takes a risk and responds, he had bronchitis. Only after receiving the needed prescriptions do we figure out that Advent Care is run by a denomination that is vociferously anti-gay. My heart sinks. I wonder if we got lucky. The same week, on our family's day at Epcot, I wear my Mickey Pride shirt, the only Disney shirt I own, Mickey, Minnie, and a colorful explosion of rainbows and hearts. Within a half hour of arriving, a 13-year-old boy goes out of his way to tell me how much he loves my shirt, beaming from ear to ear knowingly, as his mom coaxes him back to their family. Another family spends half an hour getting to know our kids, gifting them trading cards and offering us more ear-to-ear grins of love and affirmation. Near the end of our day at Epcot, a park employee comments that she likes my shirt. By now, I realize I'm a walking billboard of gayness, and asks how our day in the park has been going. I think about the fear I was feeling in contrast to this day. So much love and support from so many unexpected directions, and I am grateful. Even as fear abounds and reverberates, may I notice the life-saving, persistent presence of love, and may I be that love for others. Here ends our reading. Launched in 2016, the first episodes of queer Euro-American hairstylist and TV personality Jonathan Van Ness's Getting Curious podcast are What's a Menstrual Cup? And Who Were the Romanovs? And What Happened to Them, Honey? Over the hundreds of episodes of Getting Curious, Van Ness interviews some of their fellow beauticians and hairstylists, some of their favorite Olympic athletes, including Needham's own Aly Raisman, to answer the question, am I your favorite non-binary gardener/gymnast? And many, many historians. The topics are wide-ranging, and so is the tone, with episodes like, how can we stop being such grumpy nightmares, and how are turtles doing these days, to ones like, what's at the heart of Black disability politics, and what's the cutest way to fight climate change? And how can we cut suicide rates among LGBTQ youth? For each episode, Van Ness speaks with an expert in a particular field. As host and interviewer, Van Ness willingly and vulnerably demonstrates their own lack of expertise again and again. In an interview about the podcast, Van Ness said, I didn't finish college, but I always loved being a student, and I felt like there were so many things that I wanted to learn about. So I thought, let me start a podcast where I interview experts and just learn every week. My guiding rule is that I have to be genuinely curious about what I'm learning. Van Ness embodies this excitement to learn and a commitment to amplifying the voices and stories of historically marginalized people. Van Ness's podcast began 2 years before the breakout reboot of the Queer Eye television series, on which Van Ness served for 10 seasons as the grooming expert of the Fab Five queer men, assigned each episode to offer a makeover or a make better for an individual hero's style, emotional and physical health, and home. The Getting Curious podcast and the Queer Eye series share the same perspective. The listeners and viewers are brought into encounters of difference and mystery, and they listen and watch through the ears and eyes of queer people. This queer perspective, or queering of the microphone and camera, offer affirmation and camaraderie to those who are queer, while gently providing cisgender and heterosexual listeners and viewers opportunities to grow their empathy and their solidarity. In most seasons, the Fab Five were dropped into American states not especially renowned as LGBTQ friendly: Georgia, Texas, Kansas, Louisiana. Both the heroes and the Fab Five are caught on camera struggling to overcome prejudices, anxieties, and past traumas, and both are caught succeeding in quelling their fears and staying curious, open to and optimistic about building a positive relationship. Queer Eye creators and producers David Collins and Michael Williams, partnered gay men themselves, wrote in 2024 that the show's legacy lies in its ability to humanize and normalize LGBTQ+ identities for a broad audience, showcasing the power in sharing our stories and, by extension, our humanity. With the changing political climate and rising instances of LGBTQ+ discrimination, Queer Eye remains more important than ever. It provides a beacon of hope and inclusivity, encouraging viewers to embrace diversity and challenge harmful stereotypes. In a time when societal divisions are widening, the show's focus on empathy, personal growth, and connection is a powerful antidote to hate and misunderstanding. I'm reminded of a couple more of Van Ness's Getting Curious podcast episodes: What's Going On with Sharks, and How Terrified Should I Be of Snakes? Fear is a survival mechanism. Sometimes we are indeed not in a safe space, like when Reverend Manish's family had to visit that Floridian urgent care. But when we find ourselves stuck or afraid, our minds and bodies reacting from a less dangerous threat, we can defensively double down on our own certainties about something or someone. Though in such a moment it may feel difficult to access, curiosity is a powerful ingredient in that antidote to that kind of fear. Euro-American UU minister Reverend Sarah Goodman writes, "The opposite of anxiety is not calm, it's not confidence. The opposite of anxiety is curiosity. Anxiety is worrying, oh no, what's going to happen? And curiosity is, oh wow, I wonder what could happen." Sikh Punjabi American lawyer, filmmaker, and activist Valerie Carr offers this fresh translation of the Raj Kanara hymns of the Sikh holy text, Sri Guru Granth Sahib. "Since I have found my sacred company, I have forgotten my envy of others. I see no enemy, I see no stranger. All of us belong to each other. The one pervades all, gazing upon the one, beholding the one. Nanak blossoms forth in happiness." In her memoir inspired by this scripture, See No Stranger, Carr writes that wonder is the wellspring for love. When we choose to wonder about people we don't know, when we imagine their lives and listen for their stories, we begin to expand the circle of those we see as part of us. We prepare ourselves to love beyond what evolution requires. Wonder is where love begins, but the failure to wonder is the beginning of violence. Once people stop wondering about others, once they no longer see others as part of them, they harm their instinct for empathy. And once they lose empathy, they can do anything to them or allow anything to be done to them. Maybe we don't have to all the time be so terrified of snakes or of our fellow humans who have different identities and experiences from our own. Maybe curiosity is part of how we stop being such grumpy nightmares and part of how we reduce violence and dehumanization. It could be part of how we cut the suicide rates of LGBTQ youth and part of how we increase authentic belonging for ourselves and for all those in our local communities. So how do we quell our fears and stay curious in encounters with the unknown, with mysteries, with uncertainty? I have a couple of recommendations to offer. You could try them out, report back to me later. First, from gay Japanese-American author, speaker, and researcher Scott Shigoka, the acronym DIVE, Detach, Intend, Value, and Embrace. He says that before an encounter that may provoke personal discomfort or cognitive dissonance, we can practice and remind ourselves of DIVE, D, detach, let go of your ABCs, assumptions, biases, certainty. It's a lot of acronyms. I hope we'll do our best. We attach to assumptions, biases, and certainty because that's how our brains naturally operate. These are automatic human tendencies that help us make sense of the world, and they provide us with a feeling of security. But when we begin to detach from our ABCs, we change the way we perceive and interact with the people around us. And then I intend, prepare your mindset and setting. Curiosity isn't something that's given to us, it's something we choose or don't every day. When we are intentional about bringing more of it into our lives, it begins to infuse the decisions we make. And then V, value. To value is to see the inherent and ineffable dignity of all people, including yourself. It is to acknowledge the humanity of every single person, no matter what they've done or how we feel about them. When we value someone, we choose a path of connection rather than distance, understanding rather than judgment, and love rather than incuriosity. That probably sounds familiar to us here. And then E, embrace. Embrace is a reminder for us to move toward the things we fear, which usually happens at a moment of change, such as a career shift, a new home, expanding the family, or navigating loss. Instead of trying to push away discomfort, fear, anxiety, or pain, we can get curious about where they're coming from and what they have to teach us. We don't do this by suppressing negative emotions or pretending that everything's just fine, thank you very much, but by leaving room for the possibility of change to follow. So that's the first recommendation, to dive into uncertainty, detach, intend, value, and embrace. Second, Mexican-American journalist and writer Monica Guzman offers tips and phrases for when we find ourselves in the very moment of struggle during an encounter with someone or something unfamiliar or unexpected from our prior personal experiences. Guzman writes, remind yourself and others that your opinion is a snapshot, just what you believe right now. You can say, here's where my head is at right now, or when I hear you say that, all I can think is, no way, that can't be right. Can I tell you why I think I'm reacting that way? You can say, I don't know, when you don't know. Nothing blocks the escalation of a bad kind of win-lose mode, quite like admitting that no, you don't know everything, and neither does anybody else. A candid I don't know is a signal that you're not in it to win it or to seem impressive. It lets more curiosity flow from whoever wants to drop some knowledge. And then there is the avoidance. Avoid win-lose mode. Instead of asking whose perspective wins, ask what makes each perspective understandable. And that requires listening longer, which Guzman describes as one of the toughest things to do in a bridging conversation when you're really itching to offer a comment on someone's opinion. You can make yourself ask one more question first. We have another pair of these. Acknowledging agreement, finding something you agree on is like building a base camp partway up a mountain. You can climb higher, faster. So if you listen for those points of agreement, then offer them into the conversation, you're likely to give the whole effort a boost. And similarly, you can affirm good points. If you catch yourself thinking, that's a good point, or sure, that's fair, to anything another person says, offer that up before asking your next question or making your next point. This adds that measure of humility, adds balance to the conversation with respect. And here's the last pair. The first is recognizing thought knots. When your brain just clenches up. Here's the signs of overthinking and being backed into a corner. Exasperated sighs, head in hands, rolling eyes, that sort of thing. Wherever you think you're going is not working. And so, here's the last one, hit reset. If you're in an in-person conversation, take a breath. Readjust how you're sitting, pour another tea or beer. If you're not in person, try communicating your break explicitly. Oh, just grabbing a glass of water, hang on. The kids need a check-in, BRB. A reset is like a pit stop. You're not off track, you're just tuning up. Such openness and vulnerability to sharing and receiving different opinions, cultural exchange, will pose a different level of risk to different people, depending on our societal privileges, present social ecosystem, and personal confidence. As a faith community, something very special we can offer to each other and to our neighbors is the continual co-creation of covenantal norms that encourage curiosity and the possibility of transformation. As much as we need one another, there are others beyond our walls and our live stream feed who need this kind of community to thrive. If you have felt welcomed and included and yet challenged and humbled by your participation at First Parish in Needham, you are harvesting the fruits of many decades of intentional work to build a culture of lifelong learning and action grounded in an ethic of compassion and hope. And I imagine we will never stop having new wonders about which we can be curious, from which we might find more joy, more authenticity, more love together. Borrowing a phrase from fellow queer Euro-American poet Mary Oliver, James Cruz entitled this piece, Married to Amazement. He says, "The man I married sat next to me after our wedding, light pouring in over dusty pews as he loosened his tie and sipped from a cup of apple cider, closing his eyes to savor the taste. Now I think I didn't marry him so much for him as for his amazement for the everyday. The way he still gasps every time we see something new, baby painted turtle plodding through a stream in the quarry, or a neon orange caterpillar inching across crisp leaves on the trail, how he kneels down to film it from every angle while I crouch beside him, in awe of his awe, learning all that I can. Let us be a community where we can dive into wonder and amazement together. Blessed be and amen." Our closing hymn, Keep On Moving Forward, is an Emma's Revolution Zippers song with many more verses for justice than we have time to sing in a single service, but we'll sing a few. From home and from here in the building, please rise in body or in spirit and join in singing Keep On Moving Forward. The lyrics are in your orders of service and on screen.
Gonna keep on moving forward, keep on moving forward, keep on moving forward.
As we near the end of our service, let me highlight for you some of what's coming up soon at First Parish. All are welcome at our social hour after the postlude, both online and on site. And if you're on site and a relative newcomer and you'd like long-timers to come chat with you, please take one of the red mugs at social hour. For those of you who will be mostly in and around Needham this summer, I hope that you'll keep your eyes and ears out for the announcements about our upcoming summer services, and that you might come find me during social hour, or there you are, Lynn Robertson Holtz. We're looking for folks during the summer services to partner with Lynn on collecting donations for the Needham Community Council, with whom we share our plate for this summer. It would be great to have a little team, not make it all on. Lynn said she could do it all by herself, but that didn't feel right. So if you guys come talk to us. Coming up this week, if you're a North Hill resident, I hope to see you on Wednesday morning for our monthly UU gathering, the last before summer break. I also hope to see many First Parishioners on Thursday evening at the Center at the Heights for the third gathering of the Interfaith America at 250 discussion series. We'll be doing Frederick Douglass this week. And please remember, the next weekend is a busy and fun one for First Parish. On Friday and Saturday, you could see our very own Billy Umlands perform in the Charles River Ballet Academy's workshop performance at Babson College. On Saturday afternoon, all are welcome to join in the Needham Has Pride celebration. And then after that, at 5 o'clock, John Newell is hosting our last family fun night of the congregational year. Next Sunday, we'll celebrate our RE teachers at an appreciation breakfast, celebrate our graduating high school seniors during worship with our bridging ritual, and for social hour, our innovation team leader, Wendy Blum, and our FOSH leaders, Friends of Social Hour, they're orchestrating the annual all-church picnic. So please remember to sign up, stay after that Sunday, and please also remember that Flower Communion will be the following Sunday, June 21st. You can find details about all of our upcoming events by subscribing to our e-newsletter, The Bell Notes, which you can also find in our online order of service at uuneedham.updates.church. We always extinguish our chalice with words promising to carry its flame in our hearts until we are together again. So please join me from home and from here in the building in saying those words written by UU minister, Reverend Elizabeth Sally Jones. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, nor the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. As we close our worship today, take these words from Black Trans UU minister and social worker, Reverend Ali K.C. Bell, with you as a benediction. May we find the courage to revel in the experience of the mystery. May we approach the unknown with excitement, even if we can only muster a tiny bit. May we celebrate the curiosity that leads us to searching, and may we meet ourselves along the way and love us unapologetically. Our service begins when our service ends. Blessed be and amen.
To be the backlash to somebody's lack of love. Or you can start speaking up. Nothing's gonna hurt you the way that words do when they settle neath your skin. Kept on the inside and no sunlight, sometimes the shadow wins. But I wonder what would happen if you say what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave with what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave. I just want to see you. I just want to see you. I just want to see you. I want to see you be brave. I just want to see you. I just want to see you. I just want to see you. I want to see you be brave. Everybody's been there, everybody's been stared down by the enemy. Fallen for the fear and done some disappearing. Bow down to the mighty. Don't run. Stop holding your tongue. Maybe there's a way out of the cage where you live. Maybe one of these days you can let the light in. Show me how big your brave is. Say what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave with what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave, and since your history of silence won't do you any good, did you think it would? Let your words be anything but empty. Why don't you tell them the truth? Say what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave with what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave.